Mm-mm. Man, I tell you, y'all not gonna believe this. Y'all just not gonna believe this. Turn this off for a second. I don't know what happened yesterday, but you know, what I mean, sometimes I just get this insight on stuff. All right, and as long as I've been studying these numbers, it's about time. I'm gonna call it a light bulb moment. Came on yesterday. So I must have had my crown plugged in. I had my teeth in at the same time when I seen this. You see, all the electrical circuits in my head was working right. So, so after I learned what I learned and saw what I saw, I'm like, well, I did my state, um, South Carolina. Like I told you on the other previous video that I did. I played yesterday for midday. I played 903 off by one damn number, one number. And luck would have it, I didn't hit, but I had the nine and the zero. It turned out to be 90. Well, it turned out to be 190. So anyway, um, last night I played again. I didn't hit last night either, but man, I came damn close. But either way, yesterday during lunchtime, I did two other states, and I did New York. Okay, and lo and behold, if I didn't come one off, I mean, we're not talking about a different digit. We're not talking about. We talking about. We're not talking about a different digit or way off, like a flip or something like that. I picked to play yesterday for New York. I said 176, and it turned out to be 175. And then, oh dang, I hit another state too right after that. I forgot which one. I forgot which one it was. I know I racked up a couple of hits yesterday, but today was a whole different story, and that's what I wanted to get y'all on here to talk to y'all about. I want to talk about South Carolina for a minute, and then I'm going to tell you what happened today. Earlier I had a young man, after he saw my first video that I put out this morning. So as soon as he saw that, he calls me up, and I talked to him for a good little while. And we sit here, and I gave him a set of numbers that I had picked. And one of the numbers that I picked in there was, I was wrong about the pattern, but one of the numbers I gave him in there was 766, and lo and behold, it didn't turn out to be 677. It turned out to be 667, and that's what hit. I told him 766, and he flipped that around and played it 666 or played it combo. Hey, the boy would have had a nice little chunk of change in his hand right now. And I just got word. I did Virginia too for somebody else, and on my paper. Oh, that's New York. Good gosh. Hold on a minute. I'll tell you what I had on my paper for Virginia. Just a second, because I got it right here. I told them. I told somebody in Virginia. 418, and I'd be danged if it didn't turn out to be 419. So Queen Chingling is hitting right now, left and right, because she knows what she's talking about. But the bad thing about it is I can't really put it all out here on the web, and I'm not going to. You can maybe the best thing to do. I haven't figured out the best thing to do, because I can't tell I'm not going to sit and divulge the secrets, because if I sit here and spill what I saw out, because that's, to me, that would be like a year's worth of work totally down the tubes. So it might be the best thing. God, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I want y'all to win. Maybe the best thing, y'all be hitting me on that. Maybe Hell, y'all tell me what the best thing, because I got to get the message out there to y'all what numbers to pick. Because hey, if I turn around and hit them, and I'm calling them and they hitting, y'all might well play them. But at the same time, I don't want the lottery commissions thinking, well, she's out there screwing around, cheating and stuff like that, and doing illegal. I'm not even doing nothing illegal. Hey, other than I'm sitting here looking at the numbers. Call it a gift from above. That's exactly what it was. It's a gift from above. And trust me, if you sit and you stick your head into something long enough, you're going to come up a winner or dead one. And I ain't ready to die. I'm having sucked up to the top straw and got teeth in. Still, that darn roach bug crawled across my teeth, and I still ain't picked them up yet. I mean, I just keep looking at something. I mean, I look at them, and every time I look at them, they're sitting on the desk, and the roachy bug is gone now, but I always see I can see that image of that cockroach sitting at the top of my teeth, and it might be a while. I guess I'll be going around toothless for a minute. But oh, damn! You better stop talking about this. How come? Stop talking about damn roach bugs. That money number through last night. Like I said, that money number through last night. I didn't really expect for it to hit this morning, but there was a pretty good chance that it could have. Ding, who's dinging on my phone? Yeah. Oh God, I can't even find my phone. There's that phone. Oh, it's in my wallet. But there's a pretty good chance that it would have hit. Hey, I was ready this morning. Because we're supposed to be tripling out here soon. And what I played for a triple just in case, and that was this morning. Because it really looked like it was going to be 555. It really did. That's not my numbers that I had. Hell, I don't know what shit I did with them. I stuck them back in my wallet. No, I done set my numbers somewhere. Anyway, yeah. Hell, they'll turn up. But no, the way it looked like when I was looking at my workout this morning before the midday cell count, it looked like it might be 555. But look what turned up. Hold on, I forgot what it was. I think it was 402 or something, baloney, monkey, something like that. Hold on just a second. I'll tell you this thing. It was 405. Okay. Well, it was 405. But think about it like this. If it was 405, all right? Think about it like this, folks. And this will tell you what the answer is. This will tell you what I'm going to play tonight, okay? I want y'all to think about this. If you're on a V track, a 5 is going to bring on what number? All right? If you take a 0 represents 10 in lotto math. Okay? If you take a 0 and subtract 1 from it, okay, like I said, a 0 represents 10. I'm not even looking at them. I'm looking at my picture down here on the bottom. I should be looking at the camera, looking at y'all. But if you take 0 and subtract 1 from it, what is that? All right. Now, if you take a 4, what's the mirror of 4? If you put those 3 numbers together, you have what I'm going to play tonight. I'll bet you $10. This is for South Carolina. I'll bet you $10. It's got a good. I'm going to say it's got a good chance of hitting. Okay. I'm going to repeat that one more time. That's the mirror number of 4. 5 will bring on what? And 0, which represents 10 minus 1, is what? Y'all figured that one out. Just be Queen Chingaling. Let's just say the Queen. I'm not even hot. I'm not even gonna call myself out because right now it don't even qualify for hot. But hey, the Queen Bee hitting. The Queen Bee's hitting. She's hitting them left and right now because it's not being hot, but it's about knowing your patterns, your numbers, and about what is going to follow and having it right there in front of you and looking at it. It ain't got nothing to do with what I like or I like this number. I like all kind of numbers, especially if they green in them, especially if they green in my pocket. That's the kind of numbers that I like. You know, I ain't got no boyfriends, but I got 4 of them at the same time. I'm gonna tell you who they are. Dave Lincoln, Washington, Jefferson, and whoever else has got their damn face on a dollar bill or a 20 or a 50 or whatever. All right, that's who my boyfriends are. That's who make Queen Chingaling Queen Chingaling. But you know, yeah, I'm sitting here just rattling off. But it's just like I got telling the young man that I was talking to from New York. We were just sitting there just laughing and going on. I don't want to get down to the bottom dollar right now. It's not about the money. The money's there. My theory is, okay, I've told y'all this many, many times in my videos. I really feel that, and I believe that it is possible to hit the pick 3 each and every time there's a draw. Now, you may not do it, but I'm just saying it's possible. Okay? So, therefore, what's the worry about the money? There's no worry about the money. The money's there. You just got to go and get it. And to me, it's not even about the money, but it's about the love that I have for the people. Okay? That's what the bottom dollar is. I love talking to you guys. And the young man I was talking to early this evening, or this morning, not this evening, we were having such a conversation and we were connecting with each other. That's what it's about. And it's about that connection to another human being and having something in common and be able to sit down and talk about it and figure things out. That's where I get my biggest high from, is sitting here talking and working it out and seeing a result. Not about how much money I can put in my pocket. I put money in my pocket all the time. Hell, I work my ass off. Hell, all my life. I've always worked 2 and 3 jobs back to back. I got a job now that I work midnight till when it's a good job. But then I also got somebody else calling me, wanting me to take on another contract. Well, I probably will. You know, that'd be to help him out, put extra money in my pocket, money that don't go nowhere. To me, it's like this. When I was gambling, when I had my ass so stuck on poker machines at one time. I mean, it was bad. I'd go out here and make my money during the day cleaning houses. Well, I couldn't go home. I didn't feel comfortable going home. I got a family at home, but God darn, they kept me run off so damn much. And my mama's jealous of me. God rest her soul right now. I love my mama, and I'm pretty sure she loved me too, but we're just too dead gum much alike. Well, I might be Queen Chingaling, but she was queen of that house. And there can't be but one queen in a house. And I tell you right now, the best thing, if you're a young lady, the best thing for you to do, if you're well able and you're working body, is work and go find you an apartment. Establish your own household. Okay? And do things that you want. Set it up. I'm telling you, you'll never be happier in your life. Because you are the queen that rules. Every woman that's in her house is the queen of her house. I mean, I'm blabbing on about nothing. But you know, my mama passed away. Been about 3 years ago. I didn't even get to go to my mama's funeral. Good God, they had me down here in Columbia locked up in jail on some bullshit because I was out driving my car, and I never have had good luck in my car. I didn't have no damn insurance. My damn payment running late, and then turn around some other bullshit come up on my driver's license. And all this, I had just had a heart attack about 2 weeks before that, and I was already sick. And damn the money, if it don't rain when it's raining, I ain't sitting here. I had all these health problems falling down on me, and they pulled me over in my damn car and hauled my ass right off to jail. And the guy that was my little nigga that was with me, they towed my car, but little Migo ended back out on the street living homeless. Me and him at the time, this was like 3 years ago, we were both living homeless, kinda. I've always had a home somewhere, Anyway, that's a long time ago. Miss Queen Tingling been through some shit, and it's time for her to kind of straighten up and do her act right. I'll tell you, I love y'all guys, but you sure learn the meaning of life when you get older and you look back on things, and you see all the mistakes and stuff you did, the stuff you did wrong, stuff you could have done better, people that you could have helped, things you could have fixed, and the things that you should have just left them alone. Lord have mercy. I don't want to have any regrets when I pass on. I don't want to have it. And I like I say, I've been through a lot. And the diagnosis that they gave me back, when I was in the hospital right after I had my heart attack, was that I had a weak heart. I'm like, well, you ain't telling me something I didn't already know. Shit, I've always had a weak heart. My poor heart's been broken most of my life, and then they're getting fixed. So I figured it this way. Okay. In life, you got two choices. When trouble hits you, you either crumble or you buck up and fight your way through it. If something comes at you, the best thing you can do, you got trouble headed your way, the best thing you can do is meet it head on. All right, don't give up. They told me I had a weak heart, and I got thinking about it. I said, well, damn. Then they turned around and give me all these medications. I swear to God, I had a damn big old bag of dope that the hospital gave me just to keep me alive. Well, I looked at it one day, and I thought about it. I took it there for good for a while. And I might be wrong for this, but I felt so bad because here I am. I'm getting help for my health problems, but yet again, here I got little Migo who got just as much health problems, and I can't get shit for him. I couldn't get no Medicaid. I couldn't get nothing. I couldn't even get a good hello from nobody. So I just quit taking my medicine. I said, well, it's not fair for me to get it when I can't get nothing for him. And then it turned out that the way he was, one of my medications I ended up having to give to him to get the fluid off his body because we knew what the problem was, and I just couldn't get the medication for him at the time. But I had already had it because my doctor had prescribed it to me. How the hell did we get talking about this from Blotty? I'm just telling y'all all my problems so y'all know all about Queen Tingling. So anyway, I took little Migo, and me and him worked together. I finally got his financial papers and everything straight and got him back on food stamps, and I was getting stuff in for him, and I finally got him settled. I'm like, wait a minute. Now I'm getting him some help. Maybe I need to get back on my medicine. And you know what I never did? I never did. So I ended up staying with little Migo all the way up until he passed away. And he passed away on me been November 2nd of last year. And no, I'm not going to start crying now. But, every night, I promise you, every night I sit, and I don't know what gets into me. I get to thinking about it when I'm out here by myself at work. And I just sit down and bawl my eyes out. And I bawl my eyes out. I mean, just the slightest little mention and slightest little think about him. It just sets me off where I just cry my head off. But somehow or another, I guess that's where the lottery came in, because me starting to do this lottery thing took my focus off of missing him. Okay? And it gave me an open eye as to here little Migo is, and now he's gone. Where is he, you know? All of a sudden he's in my life, and all of a sudden he's gone. And I got to thinking about my life and my mortality, and I'm thinking, what is it that I want to do for the rest of my life? I mean, I figured I'm 55 years old now. All right. Say if I did have some life left in me, okay? If I did have some life left in me, my grandmother lived to be 87, okay? Or 30 years. But my mama didn't live to be but like 78. Hell, that's a little bit over 20 years from now. I could walk out there now and get killed over something. So I got thinking, how do I want my life to be? What is it that I want to do for my life? Do I want to leave something for my kids, or what do I want to do? Well, I want to live life on my own terms, okay? And I want to live it. I want to live it for the people that I serve. I want to live it for the people that care about me the most. And first and foremost, I want to live it for God. Because if it hadn't been for the good Lord and my belief in Christ, a lot of people out there don't believe like that. All right? If it hadn't been for that, I would have not made it as far as I do. But it's by the grace of God that I'm still sitting here able to look at you and to pick out these numbers. This be the Queen Tingling. All right? And you know, I know some of them folks out there get on there and they see me sometimes. I got my long hair all out and flowing. I got my crown on. You know, I got a little pretty to me. And they wonder who that old lady is. She's that old. I mean, 55 ain't old, okay? 55 ain't old. But here she is. She got her hair out flowing, and you know, sometimes she don't even look that great, but good God, she got all that long stringy hair hanging down. What is that all about? Well, I'm going to tell you what that hair is all about, okay? I'll shut up in a minute. A few years ago, damn, there's a damn cockroach. I got him. Ha! A hit. Ain't nothing like it, man. Oh, Lord. I gotta get the damn exterminator in here. This is bad. Oh, Lord. But a few years ago, I fell head over heels by this guy. He was a Native American. He was pure blood Native American. Oh my God, he was a Native American Indian. I mean, he was the finest looking thing. He really was. And he cared a lot about me. He showed me a lot of attention, and we got to where we were getting, you know, sweet with each other. I ended up moving out of Columbia and lived with him for a little while. Long story short, I'm not going to go into what broke me and him up. That was a whole mess of its own, but hey, I still see him now and then, and I kept saying for a long time before Migo ever passed away, my little Guatemalan friend. I said, man, if I ever see that Feather, his name was Feather. I swear I'd follow him like a puppy dog. I really would. You know, I thought I knew what love was. I really did. But then when I met up with little Migo, and I chose to take him in because he was homeless and living on the street, but I chose to take him in. And I said, well, no, never, ever again will he ever have to live out on the street, because he lived out on the street for 15, 20 years, you know. First time I ever seen him, he was begging and crying for somebody, because There's only so long that you can live on the street. When you're living out in the city, in the street, I mean, it's only so long, and you got to take a break from it. Living out on the street, homeless, is not for the weak. If you weak, you ain't gonna make it out there. You ain't gonna make it out there. But I had finally chose to take Migo in and help him out, and I realized that he was sick, physically sick. I'm not going to disclose what he had, but he was physically sick and needed somebody to take care of him. And I gave Migo my all, and I even gave him my heart. No, I didn't give him what between my legs, you know. I know that's what some of y'all probably thinking. But anyway, little Migo passed away, and after that, you know, I promised Migo on his dying bed. I talked to him and seen him when he was taking his last breath. And I knew at that point right then, I was starting to cry. But I knew at that point right then the difference between love. I knew what real true love was. And here he is taking his last breath, and he still knew who I was and wanted to go home. And I wanted to bring him home so bad. Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to bring him home so bad, but I couldn't. And getting back to the story, getting away from Migo, Migo tears me up, so I tell you, I saw this feather. I called Feather one more time after Migo passed away, and I was so angry just at the sight of him. I'm telling you God's truth, I could have ripped that man limb from limb if it wasn't this older lady stopping me and told me, no, you don't want to do that. And I realized that what it wasn't just my life. My life was a classroom, and that was God showing me what I needed to learn. And it showed me what real love was. That what Feather had offered me wasn't real love. The things that he did for me was the very loving things. But what my feeling for him at that time was admiration. Maybe call it puppy love. I don't know what he called it. But it wasn't true love. But what I had from Migo, my little Guatemalan man, that was true love, because not a lot of people would do anything like that for somebody, especially a homeless person. Anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time and listening to me. I'm gonna have to get off here and dry my eyes up now. I got talking about little Migo and his little punky butt. I was talking about my hair. That's what it was. Yeah. Getting back to my long hair. After I met up with Feather, then I took a spell of studying Native American ancestry. And see, my father and my grandmother both were Native American also, and that's what drew me so close to Feather, okay? And I don't want to get anything started. You know, the USA is great. This is a great country, one of the best countries, the best country on the face of the earth. You see, I got my stars and stripes on, okay? I got my stars and stripes on. But the atrocities that happened to the Native Americans, especially to the Native American women and children back in the day. And some of the things are still happening today. Some of the things are still happening today. But stuff like that is just too deep for me to get into, especially now on the internet. But I grow my hair in honor of the women and children that lost their lives. The Native American women and children that lost their lives. And here we are. You know, this used to be their land. There would be a lot of people wanting to contradict me on that. But back when the Europeans first moved here, this used to be their land. This used to be Native American land. And a lot of them got murdered. A lot of them got killed. A lot of them lost their lives. But nobody ever pays homage to them for that. Nobody ever says thank you. One of the holidays that I just absolutely cannot stand is Columbus Day. And there's a lot of people out there that don't like that. Okay? Wish they'd call it something else, maybe Indigenous People Day or something. I think that's what we need to honor. Anyway, getting off of that. Now y'all know a lot about Queen. Y'all know a lot more about Queen Ching-Ling than Queen Ching-Ling can remember. I just want to be Queen Ching-Ling right now and pick numbers. That's what I want the rest of my life. Oh, Lord. Let me get out of here. I'm sitting there rattling off and running my daggone mouth. Y'all, this big Queen Ching-Ling. If y'all want to hear some more about the old Queen Ching-Ling, we're going to hit some more. I'm telling you, old Queen Ching-Ling is on to something. But I got to figure out somehow or another to get y'all these numbers. But it can't be over the internet. Trust me, it cannot be over the internet. I don't know what to do. But we'll figure something out. See y'all later. Y'all like my videos? Hit me back. Now y'all know a lot about me. And it ain't all just money. But it's about the connection. And God, man, I got to get the exterminator right here. Oh, y'all hit that like button. Please hit that like button. And like I said again, you want to contribute to the channel? Be Queen Ching-Ling, go to that PayPal. Hit that send money button. Hell, where am I dead thing yet? Oh, Lord, I done lost my doohickey. Right there. Go to PayPal. And it's RebeccaWarren44@yahoo.com. Throw a little $1 or $2 in there. Kind of help out with the channel. Be Queen Ching-Ling. Like I said, if you're not a subscriber and want to subscribe, go ahead. I only need like 130. I'm almost there before we can get a little chat box off to the side. Okay? All right. Be Queen Ching-Ling, and I'm out of here. I love you guys, and hope y'all love me too. I know y'all love me. Bye, y'all.